Assalamualaikum. Welcome back to On The Ball, the Summer League series. We were talking about the Premier Division. We'll go straight to the First Division because I think we had a lot of complaints from the First and the Second Division teams. Starting with the big local, you can't even call it a local derby, it's just A team versus B team.
Inter-club game.
Inter-club game. So by Shadwell B winning 4-1 against their main team. Former league champions, 3 years ago they won the league?
What can you say? I mean, I think it was obviously a shock, I don't think. And I think Shadwell A team were even leading. Well, I think these games nowadays, no one takes each other prisoners. You know, there's no sentiment, nothing. Everyone goes out there, gives it their best, and credit to the young guys, because I saw the Shadwell B team, youth team, quite a lot of youngsters there, and they obviously raised their game, had the energy, because I think they scored all their goals in the second half.
So Shadwell A were actually winning by a goal.
I think they were winning 1-0.
It was a good comeback.
I think this is what normally happens when they are playing. The A team plays the B team. The B team.
We've experienced that as well.
Absolutely, yes. The B team's energy, I don't know where it comes from, and they try to prove something, don't they? And today they did. But all credit to the B team, but A team, Shadwell, having Salah in goal, and they've made a few new players they've signed on. With all respect, I don't think they were as good as the players that left the team. I don't think there was a replacement in quality-wise. No disrespect to anyone, but Shadwell we expect, don't we, them to be a good side.
We expected them to come up.
A quality side, yeah.
We beginning of the season, I expected them to come up this year, but according to that result, and
it doesn't look good, does it?
Can you see them still turning the corner? And I know it's early days.
I think it's still. I was going to say that, but I think one thing. Because obviously they've got a new manager, as we all know, and Imrul's gone to the club. I think maybe it might be better because Imrul probably, I don't know how well he knows a lot of the players, Shadwell players. So he's playing. So it might be an idea for him to start off with being on the touchline, analysing his players' match situation. And then sort of taking a decision whether he needs to.
I think that's one of the things I've always encouraged younger players coming through, and I think I've done that with Mahmoud and Sadiq, and I saw you do it in your early days as well. Player manager is one of the hardest things to do, really, yeah. And I think it's a very tough role to take on, actually, playing and trying to observe, because no matter what, you can see a different game from the sideline than you can from there.
And of course,
Zach, obviously you've managed the older PYO teams and the sporting team and everything. Would you encourage player managers?
It's very difficult. If someone, individually thinks they still got it, they still have the talent, they can contribute towards, the actual game, then of course. But if you are thinking from a managerial perspective, then no. I think if you want the best out of your team, you need to stand on the sideline and see what's happening. But going back to Shadwell, I personally, from what I saw today, the squad that played today, I don't think they have the quality to come back to the Premiership now. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
If that's the squad.
Yeah, but then again, you can only make assessments on current result basis. Like we made an assessment after the BY Mamada game last year. A lot of the players came to us and said, look, we won the championship. I said, well, on that present time.
Absolutely.
Rightly so, we all slaughtered you guys because you lost 5-0. We didn't see you coming back, and credit to you guys, you did. And I hope, this thing sort of like push, because when the fixtures came out, and I looked at the fixture and there's no Bromley there, there's no Shadwell there. You miss that spice, that Shadwell, Mahmoud and
Mamoun, you also, the other thing you need, with teams like Shadwell, Newark, Muhammad and Beaumont, it's the passion, isn't it? You need the players to have the passion. Yeah. Now Shadwell in the old days, come on, the passion there was amazing. Yeah. They used to have 4 managers on the sideline, didn't they?
Well, yeah, actually that's true. Because Shadwell, I used to realize when we used to manage them, you'd have members in each
absolutely.
corner, so like giving instructions,
shouting, screaming, and it was there. Today, that wasn't there.
I think they're missing Jamalway and Kadirway. I think
Kadirway was there. He was there today, actually.
I saw him after a while, actually, and Kadirway was there. Obviously, Jamal Bai, Jonal Bai,
But I think it's early days, guys. Seriously, I think Shadwell he can't knock them back. I don't think. Yeah, it's too early. 2 games gone. They won last week, so they're on 3 points. And they've obviously got to play the other side. So.
No, of course.
Another team we're going to come back to. Unfortunately, we've got a very short segment here. Another team we're going to come back to is Bromley White Bow. They got relegated last year. They won today. They drew their first game on 4 points. They sit in second place. Can you see them? Because they must be one of the favourites to come up from that division.
Yeah, I definitely, without a doubt, I think they have to be one of the favourites along with Shadwell. I mean, I'm just seeing the other teams. It looks a very tough division. It looks a very tough.
Because you got Shadwell A and B in that division. You got Saya A and B in that division. Although Bow and Bromley by Bow are two different teams altogether, there's that connection. There's that
Bowman who got relegated from that.
So
still,
I can see obviously the Bromley Shadwell game will be a key game.
Yeah.
No doubt, I'm talking about Shadwell A, and no disrespect to Shadwell B, and credit to Shadwell B, they seem top of the table.
Well, it was 6 points.
6 points, and you said it's a very young team as well.
It is a very energetic team.
It will be fantastic. The only thing they probably need to do come next year is change the name around. Shadwell A to Shadwell B.
That would be unfair, I think.
That would be unfair.
Just keep the players. Give them the title of we the first team, not the second team.
But they deserve it. They deserve to be the A team.
We talk about Shadwell here. Last week we talked about the same thing. Saya B beating Saya A.
Exactly.
So we keep coming back about how teams really motivate themselves when
your Bowman beating stopped the A team, didn't they?
They've done that so many times. Not the first time they've done that.
Absolutely.
I don't think the A team's actually beaten the B team.
Right.
Over the last 3-4 times that we've actually played them, I don't think we've ever actually beaten them. So credit to them. And I look at them, I sometimes think, and that was the problem I used to have with these players. I said, why don't you motivate yourself like that week in, week out?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's nothing to prove. If you want to prove it, prove it to externally. And I think I'm not the only one that actually suffers that problem. I think most clubs have that thing, okay, with the B team, we go get one over the A team. And quickly running through the league table here, you got Shadow B on maximum point. They're the only team with maximum points after 2 games. Everyone else has dropped points. Bromley by Bow dropped points last week. Bow dropped points last week as well. So at least they're on 4 points within touching distance. But there's not a major gap. It's not a disaster. Although Shadwell are lingering in 5th, 6th place, only 3 points off the top.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying it's early days. I think it's hard.
Coming back to the second division, I think most of us will probably tip Aberfield to come up, especially after the 11-0 thumping last week.
Who?
I think we need to forget that moment.
Who was it?
But coming back to the beat, was it IFE Tower Hamlets 1-0 this week?
Yeah, that seems to be a bit of a narrow.
Yeah, because you'd expect them to actually completely walk over
from last week. Yeah.
But they're on maximum points, and so is Valence Youth, and
they haven't conceded a single goal yet.
I think one of the teams we talked about, Aberfield, especially last year with their cup run as well. They were also like a breath of fresh air into that division. I think all of us were kind of excited to see them filter through the ranks, and they've had a good winter season as well, which was important. As a new club coming in with new players, if you didn't have a winter team, you can see these players sort of like scattering away to other teams, and then it's hard to bring them back. And I think the good thing, and credit to Aberfield, is keeping them together, having a good winter season, and coming back. And I think they're going to have a.
So did they win last season?
Yeah, they won their title. So they
third division.
They won the third division.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the second division. So this could be back to back.
I've heard a lot about Aberfield. I haven't watched them yet, but I've heard a lot, and everything I've heard has been very positive.
Most of their players grew up together. I think they went to school together.
Yeah,
as well,
that's
so
good.
I
think not only
could be another Stepney.
Not only the players, and I think I've encountered, I've had dealings with their management as well, and they're very respectful, very well organized, they're a polite group of people, and and this is what you want. They won the third division. It's very easy for things like that to get to your head.
Of course.
They're very down to earth, and that's probably one of the reasons they gain all the respect. Yep. They're very humble.
And they play very good football as well.
Yeah. East 1B unfortunately sitting bottom of the table, and I think East 1 had a derby between themselves.
Yeah, and I think the A team won 3-2. So
finally a victory for an A team.
Like Jamal was saying, I think the A team only scored the winning goal in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Wow.
And that was apparently disputed, according to Jamal.
No, don't would say that, would it? It's a bit biased. They would say that Seoul FC on 3 points, as Island, I believe, on 3 points, and East 1 got their season underway with 3 points. Although
quite a few teams on 3 points. I mean, good to see West Ham there, on 3, because there was sort of.
But we've had that. That's one of the things that I don't want to keep going back to Shadwell and Bromley going down, but we've seen what happened to SIA. They were a Premier Division team. We've seen what happened to West Ham, who were a Premier Division team. All of a sudden, when the slide happens and you start losing players, you should go on first, second division. And I look at West Ham, and I think 4 or 5 years ago they played the Premier Division. And then all of a sudden, the resurgence happened with SIA. All of a sudden, they start coming positive. And same with Abani as well. Abani, 5-6 years ago, they were playing Premier Division. Then they'll start sliding down to the second division.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's difficult for any team to keep up the motivation. When you're relegated, and an example.
Players, that's the thing.
Yeah, then the players leave.
The number of teams now playing in the summer league.
What I don't understand is, this is something I don't really understand, is if I'm playing for a team, if we're playing for a team and that team gets relegated, then surely it's down to me as a player to play for that team again and bring them up again. But what we do, we leave because I'm slightly better than the other players. I think I'll go on.
Yeah, I agree with you totally, Zach. I mean, there should be some loyalty, because what these players got to remember is that those clubs invested time in you,
absolutely,
a number of years, and gave you that platform to play. And
but you were the one who got relegated. You played for them that season.
Do you also come to the point, and I think we talked about Sporting Bengal as well, when you guys were the founding members, the first batch of players, and same with these teams, like we talk about passion for Shadwell, the passion for Mamadan or PYA. The founding members are no longer there. Do you still feel that passion is still there from the players? It's all brilliant when you're winning games together, but all of a sudden you start, things don't go your way. All of a sudden, better teams, the so-called better teams, the higher teams.
To a certain point, I agree with you. Like today, I felt it. Like Kadir Bhai was there. Like Kadir Bhai was the heart and soul of Shadwell. No one can dispute that. Like Kadir Bhai was there watching that game. Kadir Bhai said to me, I don't know if he's right?
Except Sanaway.
No,
it's true. It's true. But
now, then again, that could be done to him as well.
Yeah.
Maybe he hasn't been coming. He hasn't been getting involved in it.
Exactly.
So what I would say is people like Kadir Bhai and other people from different clubs, and we were talking on the bench, weren't we? Like, for example, like the Mohammedan boys, the ex-players. They've just walked away.
And a lot of them not involved.
They're not involved anymore.
Yeah, I think I totally agree with you, Zach. And I think a lot of the senior brothers are watching this, and no disrespect to them, but it's very easy for your senior brothers to come and support your teams when they're in the cup final, when they're just about to pull a championship. And now I've seen it. I don't want to name teams. I've seen the better teams. All of a sudden, you see the older players, managers, and everybody, the old managers, everyone on the sideline. But to be honest, they don't really need you at that point. When they really need you is now, when things are not going their way. That's when they need you on the sideline, the likes of Kadir Bhai, Jamal Bhai, Jonal Bhai. We need to go out. This is our team. They're in trouble. And I think credit to you guys, because obviously you've been part of Newark, and you're not associated with BFA now. People can't say because you're the chairman, you're still there. You're there week in, week out. You want to see what your team's
doing. That's because you've got nothing else to do.
you want to see, and I think it's important for people to be around when things are not going your way, rather than on the verge of a championship where you see the side
of course,
full packed of experience. And sometimes things. Glory shouldn't be it should be hurting these people. And I'm sure it hurts these people to see their clubs go down.
I think also with Newark, I think there's been continuity. Some of the players I signed when I left, these guys came into the leadership roles.
Yeah.
Then when they stopped playing, they brought up enough players to, like Ayas, he's now stepped up to the leader and he's already won the title once. And the youngsters I see, they have a lot of passion for Newark. I just can see the passion. And then you still got some of the. I think I'm the only former player who's still there.
With Newark, I think the slight difference is these players are actually part of Newark from an early age, from 10, 11, 12 years.
Yeah.
Whereas we're talking about the other players, but I think we need to have a bit of an extended debate on that one.
We should
do. We're going to go on a short break. Join us straight after this break because I want to hear from some of the senior players. If you guys can the ex-players, phone into the show and just tell us, what your views are about coming to games. What is it? Lack of time, lack of commitment. We'd like to hear from some of the ex-Shadwell, Mamadan, Beaumont, Newark players. So give us a call straight after the Azan break.